Bing, 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 bing. We're live. It's Michael. I'm thinking we'll probably do something on website one. Yes, there's been a break. We're back. Yeah. So the thing that I was working on today, that if you noted, I worked briefly on the static website, and I just worked out how to get. If I can get into it, is this a website? Here it is. Yeah, I'm trying to work out a general good solution for blog publishing. And I found, like, can I find it here? I found this blog post about how to get the syntax highlighting working. And so I just pushed up to here. And so here's an example. Is it not working? What? No, that's the blog, right? That's the ghost blog. This is the yes. So this is the middleman blog. So yeah, I'm quite pleased to get the colorization there, and I just pushed that out. And I guess one activity is to move over to that completely. We haven't really looked at this setup here for a while. I think the things that we have remaining to do on this are really cosmetic, if I recall.
Right.
So it's probably not worth us looking at them together. I mention it partly just, in terms of the strategy going forward about, I guess the move is like, I blog heavily on this, and that starts to get this out to more and more people. Anyway, so I haven't heard from Charles. I imagine he might get in touch at some point. Yeah, but it would be nice to sort of take this kind of officially live, at least within our own community. So that's there. That's a kind of, I can do some that content work one morning. Local support, we've got a few new people involved, a few bits and pieces. Rachel's on holiday for another 10 days or so. Who knows if there might be some money for that. But website one, I guess my main concern is this the members page, and the fact that it takes a long time to load. I was sort of showing that to some people in Japan, and it was kind of like, oh, apologizing that it was taking too long to load.
Did you see Mott's over there?
I did not. I saw your video about him, which is a lovely video, and yeah, and him being a Mormon, which I think I sort of knew, but I had forgotten. But yeah, I did actually interview him for a magazine article one time.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, not in person, via this is funny. I was doing freelancing for a tech magazine in Tokyo, and I had sort of assumed that he was in Tokyo, and I was trying to arrange a meeting, and he lives in sort of a further, quite a long way from Tokyo, and so I ended up doing kind of like an email interview with him. This is in 2000, I think, probably. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He has a great chapter in the what's it called? It's the Beautiful Code book. He has a great chapter about the design of Ruby in there.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, there's clearly lots of things we could be doing with Project Scope, and I'd love to have that. In my mind, I'm thinking, right, microservices, integrating that with projects. The thing I was mentioning actually before the beginning of the session. So we also had somebody saying that they would be potentially interested in paying to become a sponsor. I was looking at Google. I was trying to work out, how much would we charge somebody, and I was seeing that there's this formula online of take the number of users that you have per day and divide that by 10, and that's how many dollars. So we get at that 1,500 users a day looking at the site, apparently, according to Google Analytics. So that would mean we could charge $150 or so, which is the equivalent to the premium membership, Premium Plus, sorry. And I kind of was we'll see. I'm almost oh, if this guy comes back, I'm sort of initiating the conversation with him. You know, it almost gives me the idea of a feature. You know, like we could create. I mean, at the moment, we've got these two mechanisms for paying, right? In the system, we've got this one for signing up for Premium and what's signing up for Premium Plus. So you either pay £10 a month or £100 a month. We could be having, you know, like pure. We discussed before, like pure donation things that weren't attached with the membership, and there could be different sponsor levels. But I think probably in the best agile approach, we shouldn't start building that stuff until we've actually got some number of people wanting to use it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we could just quickly look at the waffle board to remind ourselves where we were up to. Why am I not logged in? Finally rebooted my computer today after a long time. Okay, right. So that we've got this thing that was Puneet was working on. Right. So we're basically kind of clear there. I feel like that user page loading thing is the thing we should work on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got so we've got a little thing here. Okay, right, and that's Thomas had a bit of a solution. So let's drag that into the in progress thing, and that's basically it. I mean, let's call it a bug, shall we? That's labels. Call it a bug. So Thomas had done. Yeah, this is his fork. That I guess if we have a little look at the commits, added basic scroll-based pagination, experience conflicts with user. So what was he doing there? Okay, so he's added some custom JavaScript there. We've got a Bootstrap pagination Rails. Are you familiar with this?
Not familiar with that particular thing.
I mean, obviously, I guess we should be starting from a test. If we go to the members page,
there was like Kaminari or whatever was a.
Oh, Kaminari.
Kaminari was a paginator.
Oh yeah.
Whatever that means.
Yeah. I mean, I noticed that we've got some different approaches to pagination through the system. So, for example, the projects has got this, you know, page-based pagination, which I guess is still what Google uses. I'm a fan of the, you know, infinite scroll, although I think, is his name Brian? It's B264. He was saying I think he prefers this page by page. Is Kaminari, does that do this page by page one?
I think it does, yeah.
Sophisticated paginator. Do you have a preference to one type of pagination versus another?
Not really.
No.
I mean, I think if we just do the page by page, it'll be good enough for first fix.
That's true. We want to do kind of probably the most simple and straightforward thing. Anyway, I'm just finding this is the thing then that Thomas used, maybe will paginate. This also seems to be kind of like that. This generates the Twitch Bootstrap pagination component with the will paginate pagination. Old a year ago. Latest commit though. Yeah, a year ago. I guess is there a Rails pagination? No, there's another. So okay, so Kaminari is one, and then we've got will paginate Mislav. That's slightly more recent. Gem will paginate. So we've got will paginate, and then we've got Kaminari. So we'll paginate. This is telling, will paginate needs you to put book paginate, blah, 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 and will paginate. Okay. Whereas Kaminari works, you put page, put 10, and then you see similar. Kaminari improves this by allowing you to personalize your pagination. You can generate default view templates via the following command rails, and even create themes if you need several distinct presentations. Both gems give straight, clear, good paginating system to your application, but can even use several ones on the same page. But our love can't go to one of them due to their pros and cons. Well, there doesn't seem to be much in it.
No, there's not a whole lot to it.
Okay.
The thing is it hooks into Active Record, right?
Well, and I'm seeing here, like, there's a reasonably popular jQuery infinite pages that builds on top of Kaminari. So, not that it's a strong thing. Yeah, I guess maybe let's just go with Kaminari, shall we?
Okay.
And just to sort of fix the problem as quickly as possible. So git checkout develop, git pull origin develop. I guess I'll just run a complete set there. Well, another random thing. Armando just put me in touch with one of his grad students who he's assigned to like look for effective ways of interoperating between Agile Ventures and Berkeley. I mean, I think we're getting more involved. And I was sort of sending her an email about all the different stuff. I feel like we've got a bit of a documentation issue. It's a bit like we've got technical debt, we've got kind of documentation debt. Like maybe there's just nothing we can do about it. What I was just going to look at here is I'm kind of getting set up here. Like we've got these contributing.md things. I was just going to look here if this is sort of up to date. So yeah, we work off develop. We do work by creating branches off develop and new features and bug fixes. There we go. So I think that's all. I'm kind of unsure if this is even the right kind of information to have in here, or it needs to be sort of bulleted out or whatever. But so we've just identified this issue as 1225. So what's happened there? What's that? Your Ruby is outdated, buggy. Please upgrade. No such.
You don't have your Postgre.
Yeah, Postgre used to like start automatically. Now that seems to wants me to start it up every time. But yeah, so this is we can git checkout -b 1225, and this is paginate users. I guess we've got a little bit of an issue here in that we've got this is called members, and then it's users here, and that's kind of I mean, obviously we won't fix that now, but this kind of dissonance between the URL there and the model name and what it's called here, would you see that as kind of like one of the things that we should be trying, not necessarily right now, but ultimately we should be trying to fix in terms of our domain model?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, to make it consistent. So yeah, that's all running there. But anyway, we'll call it paginate users, because that's what the model is called. And so I guess sensibly we look at the existing tests. No ID instance has been found. New one will be started. Excellent. So we have an existing feature user list. Okay. So what have we got here? I can't bear it. The feature is supposed to be list users, and then the 3-stage thing is there. As a site owner, so I can make collaboration amongst registered users easier, I would like to display an index of users with links to user profiles and allow users to search for other users with a variety of criteria. Okay, so I think that should be in a separate file, but anyway. So we've created a number of projects, and we've got like 4 active users, and then we've got here 4 active users. I should see 5 user avatars within the main content. And we've got the filtering stuff. Okay. So I guess in terms of testing, we either create like a load more users,
Yeah,
and expect to see those, or I don't know if Kaminari will allow us to have, you know, you can like pass the number of users that should be displayed per page in as a variable on the, oh god, what's it called, on the URL, and then just like make it really small. But so we're still running a full set of tests in the background. Make sure we're green. And what's the read the Kaminari? Did you use Kaminari before?
I think at one point or another we tried to use it. Local supporter we did for the words before we did infinite scroll.
Right.
Or it was one of I
yeah.
think we were gonna do it. I don't know.
Yeah. So right, so the default per page is 25 by default.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess we've got a standard. It's 3-column until it becomes very big. But it's 3-column. So I guess it's sort of, you know, we could have. Would it make sense to have kind of 15 per page? Have like five rows?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So
it's all right, you know, on the size of their screen, you know.
Oh, sure, of course. You know, we can play around with infinite scroll there. So probably in order to test that, I mean, I guess I could have a separate scenario here, which would be like paginate user list, and we're already on the home page. and these all come through clicking on the members thing. Given I am on the members page. Given I am on the members page.
Yeah.
And there are let's do it this way around. Given there are an extra, shall we say, 15 users, and I'm on the main members page, then I should see 15 user avatars within the main content.
Right.
That's not unreasonable, I guess. Let's just check we're green. That's taking a very long time to run, isn't it? Goodness. Let's go and create. There are undefined step references. Yes, I want that little. You're going to give me the. Let's just close others. There we go. Okay, create all step definitions, and this is going to be user steps. Okay. So I want to create randomly. Well, isn't there a cool gem for like creating random users?
Factory Girl lets you create sequential email.
Oh yeah,
the right way.
I was thinking of.
Oh, you're thinking about more particularly.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this is more than there. I mean, I guess what I was thinking is I'm gonna like do a loop. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if they all have the same name. I mean, Factory Girl here.
They just have to have unique emails.
Right. So we've got this not in the fixtures spec factories. Do we have it? We have a users factory. So what's some of the oh, actually it's using Faker there already. So that gem's already in use there. So
all you have to do is call it then.
Yeah, so we've got Factory Girl create multiple users, for example. So it's gonna have. I just need to create like. I can just call it like that, maybe. Factory define. We define. Yes, I can just do that, maybe.
Right.
And so this is going to have it's going to generate some random stuff. So the user steps there. So then we've got this is number times. Can I just do that? Maybe. And then I'm on the members page does not have. Let's go step definitions. Define and path. Am on the. So that's one we've created. I guess we could.
You're not finding that step?
I'm not. I think so. I don't think we have an existing one. It looks. I think we created. Okay, we'll just make one. I think. If it's that simple, I don't think it needs to be. With the user steps, we've created the new step at the bottom, so that's going to be visit users.
Yeah.
So that's those steps done. Right. And we are green. We're now in this situation. Additional cassettes. Anyway, let's run and hopefully see that feature fail. So be cucumber users user list dot feature, and it is on line 39. Right, undefined method times for 15 strength. Okay.
So United Kingdom came in second in the medals.
Yeah, that's I guess after all the fuss of Brexit, people just had to like run and run and run and get it out of their system.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's you know, it's yeah, good for us, I guess. Undefined method factory.
You beat the Germans.
Well, we always love doing that. It's because it happens, you know, relatively rarely when we're in sporting events. Yeah, so I didn't actually see much of it because I was seeing all the Japanese coverage while I was in Japan. It's very interesting seeing the coverage from different countries' perspectives. So that's interesting. There's a factor. So I wonder, in the other step definitions, do we have other places where we use the factories? It's the factorial create. I guess there's some shortcuts there.
You have to do colon user, right?
I did do that. I think. I mean that shortcut of just doing.
Oh, that create, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's like a shortcut that we haven't got implemented. But, so. Well, and of course the US won the Olympics with getting more medals than anyone else, as I think usual, isn't it now?
Yeah, nobody cares because that always happens.
Right. It's like the US winning at the basketball stuff.
Although apparently I watched one of the few. I didn't watch a lot of the different events, but I saw on TV women's 3-meter diving,
Mm-hmm.
and that happened to be one of the ones that the U.S. is horrible at.
Oh, right. Interesting.
Like we got one woman from the U.S. made it into the finals. And she finished like last place in the finals.
Yeah.
And it was like the Chinese women
who did really well.
Yeah, like apparently they in diving, the whole goal is to make a little like as little splash as possible.
Right.
So these like really thin Chinese women,
Yes.
like have an advantage.
Indeed. So I pushed the branch there with a failing test. I think it's now failing for the right reason.
Okay.
You could make the test pass.
Stash. Get So I have these YAML files left over from something else.
Yeah, I seem to have a few of them. I avoided checking them in there. Edit project, manage documentation.
They're from a different branch and stuff.
Yeah. You can always do, I think, yeah, you can remove it and then you can check out the same directory. If you remove the features, support, fixtures, cassettes directory, and then you check out that directory.
I have to do rm/r features.
Yeah, features.
Features. I have to spell it out now because it's messy.
Indeed.
All right. And if I turn on Postgres, the cubes. Oh, really?
I've actually managed
to get air brake now.
I think we have had air brake for a while, and I think I'm confused about air brake because it doesn't seem to. I don't know. I think we're supposed to have it set up so that whenever there's an issue, it opens it in GitHub, but it doesn't, or at least there seems to be a lot. If we actually log in through Heroku, we can see a lot more air brake messages. I actually just got an air brake one from local support about somebody trying to look for the users page on local support, which doesn't exist.
It's going to take a while, isn't it?
So yeah, if it runs if you're running the complete set, yes. But yeah, at least on local support, it did actually create a. I should look at local support. Let's have a look at local support. I thought I saw a notification of it actually creating a new issue on local, so it did. Yeah. So we've actually got 5 or so different issues created on local support for air brake, none of which seem to be of any particular consequence. I mean, this is people like, I think this is bots going for pages that we don't have. Like, yeah, see that the URL.
The browser can. That's YAML.
Yeah, or maybe I mean, I'm going to generate that error again. Interesting that. I haven't browsed. I know robot stuff. So like browser. Config got YAML. Apparently, Internet Explorer looks for that.
Oh, really?
Oh. Build a site title. Oh, apparently this is like a Windows start screen tile. It takes less than a minute.
Oh, yeah, that's for the new Windows.
We don't have any notifications. What color is local support?
Green.
That's yeah. Can I go here and like sample the color? Inspect. Can I? Without not tell me the color, is it? Oh, does it? There. There's kind of a green there. Okay. Ah, okay. And then background image, optional.
You could take a photo of the website up there.
Right, or we've got that little just sort of HCN icon. How does
it shows up? I mean, do you have Windows 8 or Windows 10?
No, not on any of my. I have like Windows 7, I think, on my machine. But this is. I guess like this is like it becomes an icon on the desktop, right?
Like when you click the start menu or whatever, like what they now have as the start menu.
Yeah.
or it'll be a tile, like if it's Windows. If you're in that mode,
Right. But the
like a
interesting thing
tile.
here is this seems to be like saying like, so then add these meta tags, but the IE is looking for the XAML file.
Right.
So I'm kind of like, I can, yep, we can have a ticket to add those things there, but I'm not sure. Like, I thought I was trying to make a
XAML file.
right. It's like seems we need a new file for IE. Some information here, which then says to add. Have your tests all passed now?
I'll accept the one.
Oh, okay, cool. Two.
So we found it 20 times.
Yeah, which I think is what we would expect, isn't it? It's displaying all 20 users.
So if I do Kaminari, go and get this. What does Kaminari mean? It sounds.
It means thunder and lightning in Japanese.
Oh. Wonder how that relates to pagination.
Indeed. I guess it's just saying it happens really fast. Oh, it looks like there's a meta tag we can use to prevent Internet Explorer from looking for this file. That would seem.
It means thunder and lightning, like a thunderstorm, or it doesn't have the associated rain.
Yeah, it's sort of the whole thing. They don't seem to distinguish
between thunder and lightning.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I look it up, I mean let me look up the etymology of it.
All right, so I just installed it.
Kaminari, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Kaminari is a single kanji that it's translated as lightning and thunder and thunderbolt. They don't seem to distinguish between the two, the light and the sound, or at least they have a single representation of it.
So let's go in here. Go in the user controller, right? Under the index. User.includes.
Go on, sorry.
So what we'll do, right. So if we do page 1 dot per 15 dot includes, that should work now. If that test should pass. Maybe. If we're lucky.
Maybe. I mean, I'm thinking that does the page 1 for 15 need to go on the end of that rather than the beginning?
Don't know. No, it passed.
So it passes.
So, but it does screw with our user count, which is a separate issue.
Mm-hmm.
Because you see, we're only going to get, well, we're only going to get 15, I would say.
Yeah. I might be completely wrong, and I guess it feels like with doing page 1 per 15 is that'll get the first 15 users.
Yeah, it'll get the first page worth of 15 users, correct?
But then it would, like, is it going to apply all of the other filtering and ordering first, or after, or it doesn't actually matter. So I mean, you could run the rest of the user test suite just to see the impact that it has on the other, that startup feature, or that's a good start. Yeah.
I'll have to see. The other scenarios pass too.
Okay, that's good. What about, do you want to just do all of the features in the users directory there? Yeah, I mean, maybe it's like, I think if that, well, what does he need to have, like startup features there?
Yeah.
Might work. I wonder if it will run everything or just those in that folder. We will see. Maybe it's like smart enough that it applies those scopes like only to the result set. Like it doesn't. Yeah, that would be cool.
I don't know.
Yeah, you could run the system in a separate tab, like run the Rails server. You can do command tab there. You'll be in the same directory, and then just do Rails S, and we could see what I don't know what data you've got locally.
So random guys there.
So you've got five lines of people.
He's got 5 karma, so he's ahead of these dudes.
Right. But so scroll, you're seeing 15 people there. You've got 5 rows of 3.
Yep.
But so, and I guess then the next thing that will require. Okay, and it looks like that did run that set. So yeah, I mean I guess we need. I mean, you could run a full BEC in the background, but I guess we need to like in that scenario that I started. You would want to be able to click on the like next page link and see the remaining 5 users, I guess.
Like that, right?
Yeah, something to that effect.
So in the gem,
There's a little something to add to the view, is there, maybe?
paginate method that sets up links apparently.
Yeah. So yeah, that top, just probably in the first instance, just paginate users and stick that at the bottom of the page, I guess.
Well, we're still running the whole suite.
Okay. Well, you can find the place to put it in and put it in without saving it.
Users, user list. So, right, it's going to render user list there.
Mhm.
What's up there? That's the stuff there. Stuff here. Be like that, right? Maybe.
Yeah.
Without saying.
I mean, maybe outside the users.each slice, because otherwise that's going to present it like 3 times.
Do. Oh, you mean?
Yeah, put it at the very bottom. So that's still running the full set, is it?
Uh-huh.
Interesting. What I've been getting distracted there slightly with just filing reports about related to that.
They all passed.
Cool.
If I just run
that individual one. So I guess you wanted to see it, like, yeah, I guess ideally you would have made that thing fail, and then I should be the one who's adding the paginate thing, but whatever. We sort of know what we're doing.
All right, so I have to do something. Oh, all right, converts. No, I don't want to convert it to an outline. How do I get this to oh, there it is. No, it's not it.
I think, try now.
It's not there.
I think maybe try now. But there you
Oh, create step definition.
go.
And I want to put this, what, in users? Do we have a user?
Yeah, I think you use steps, yeah.
Numbers. Tabs. We don't have a user steps.
I saw it there in the list. It's there. It's user steps is towards the top.
There it is. So potentially
You could just try click and then take the argument in the first instance.
we want to actually go in here and just take that out. Save everything. Undefined method click.
Oh, it has to be click underscore link. That's really annoying. It's click underscore link or click underscore button, I think.
Okay.
Okay, so it's failing for the right reason.
Potentially.
See there, if you just did git commit -am, you wouldn't have to type in all of the individual files that you wanted.
Really?
Yeah, because git commit -am will add
Tracked, right?
well, everything that's
Tracked.
currently tracked will be sorted.
All right, pushing that, and I'll let you.
Cool.
I'm gonna go make a tea.
Sounds good. I might do the same. Oops. I'm gonna leave that doing complete test run and get my own. Am I getting my own tea? When did I have that coffee? What did I know? It's 3 o'clock. Yeah. Oh, we have a viewer. Hello, viewer. Good to see you. We have a Q&A system. I can turn that on. Does that even work anymore? No, it doesn't work anymore. Sorry, viewer. If you want to participate, do feel free to join on the Hangout link. Everyone, welcome. Also, if you're just in the Adamrush Slack, then do come and ask questions about what's going on. We'll be taking a short break there and back momentarily.
Hello.
Well, I guess I will assume.
Hello.
Hey, yeah, I thought to run like the complete set of things there in the background, but it had just stopped on failing installing Kaminari, which I've now installed. So it's it features users and then user list. That fails in the right way. Okay, so I guess if I was being obtuse, I could just put the link of 2 in there, but it seems a bit ridiculous to be obtuse like that. Dun, 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 dun. So then we have the views, we have the users, the user list, and so that's the filter inside there. So yeah, you were thinking of putting that in here, and so it's just then paginate users like that. Was
Yeah. I think so.
yeah. So we want to run 39.
Has school started again in London?
Oh, you mean like for children? No, no. At least no, I have my boys in the house for another 10 days, but they're managing. Wow, yeah.
That should not. Yeah, that should not work because we hard coded it. Remember,
Um.
in the controller, I hard coded it to be page 1, so it shouldn't work.
Hmm.
They're managing to do what? Be evil.
No, I mean, as I get older, it's less. You know, my wife and I can. They need less supervision, but I'm confused why that wouldn't work.
Because if you go on the controller, you'll see that it's hard coded to page 1.
Oh, is it? Sorry, right.
And it should be passed in the params page.
Okay.
And you need to make it more dynamic.
So shouldn't this then just be like, it's likely to be like params page or something like
that? Potentially. I'm not sure if it'll work.
Yeah,
on the first page without a proper.
Yeah. So Kaminari.
Because we still want it to just go to /users and not to default to page 1. So you might have to do something with the params.
Yeah, we'll see. So typically your controller will look like this. Interesting, they put the page thing at the end, but maybe that's not important. But now finds 6 matches. That's interesting.
Really?
That makes me want to run Rails there and see what's going on. So that's now running. I want to open this. So this is local. Let's have a look at the members. Let's look at the members. So, okay, and so then we have 2. Okay. Yeah, so that looks like approximately what we would want, isn't it?
Yep.
But for some reason the test is not working.
What happens if you have if you go to the last page?
We have the last 3.
So you have. Do we have a number of people that is exactly in that?
Well, we have, like, we create. Maybe I just got the numbers wrong. I guess we've got 3 people there and 15. So I think we've got 18.
Ah,
So maybe we should only see 3. I think it thought it said 6.
really?
Yeah, there's like 3. No, what is that? 1, 2, 4. There's 4. There's 4 existing users, and then the extra 15 that we create. So it's weird that next step should take so long. See here, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people on page 2.
Right, but what is the step that's checking? Is it checking for
Oh yeah, I guess it's the timeout. Yeah, well, it's checking to expect the presence of this gravatar thing 4 times.
huh?
It's saying that instead of 4 that it finds 6 matches, and I guess it's waiting for things. But so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, it seems like it might be fun. Like if they're the 6 that, I mean, like looking from the basis of looking at this page, it looks like we've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right.
But then this one maybe be like, maybe it's like that there are always
Pages.
like the user avatar, there's the like matching this image source gravatar.com. If you're logged in, then there's like an extra person. Do you know what I mean, in the page? So we've got here like this is the existing test. It says it's got like
You're logged in as someone.
oh,
Okay.
and here and tester person is actually another. I had like that tester person, I guess, and I'm logged in as tester. Maybe that generates another user. It does, I think, or at least it looks for that user. It doesn't generate that user. But see, we've got here like we've got 4 users being created.
Yes.
And tester seems to exist. I mean, maybe we've got a fixture that basically creates the tester user as a kind of baseline across the system. Although, is there another directory for fixtures? There, fixtures, users. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if this is being used, but we've got
People's encrypted passwords.
well, we've got a fixture which is like this. It doesn't contain tester. Yeah, it's finding that a little weird. Like this is saying we should see all of these 5 member people. So it's saying 5 user avatars. Go on.
How many are you seeing? 6?
I'm seeing, well, if we look at the show me the page, when we're on page 2, we're seeing 5 people in the the directory here. The test is saying there are 6 matches.
I forgot to put within the main content.
Okay.
So that should get rid of the.
That'll get rid of 1. But right, and then I think that there's an
additional user.
Well, there's an additional user. There's this tester person who I can't see where they are explicitly created.
But they must be created, right? Because you're being logged in as them.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I sort of thought. Like, if you're logged in as that, it's finding that user. That person must. It implies that they are. There's a layer of fixtures underneath that thing. But so that makes those 5 people. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that we would expect to see. So that's then, if we now remove that, in principle, that will pass. And I guess that's...
And it actually looks okay.
Yeah, I mean, I almost wonder if it should be centered, but that's not a big deal, particularly. Do you know what I mean? It feels like just this... Is it my imagination that hanging off this end, it looks like...
Yeah.
If we look at the projects page, you know, at least it's kind of even against there. I think there's probably a tiny, but yeah, I mean that looks... I think it's... I guess actually, of course, what we should have looked at is what's the projects page using. Which projects index. Okay. Right. So they've got will paginate there.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know, should we be standardizing on one as opposed to the other?
Not really.
So that's interesting, because the projects thing here, order, search, params. The params page is being passed in there, but it's not specifying. Is search, is that what will paginate does?
Probably. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I guess the path of... I mean, it's kind of a drain on our site and a serious, you know, we should...
You want to center that?
Yeah, and then we could like start pushing it towards it. So that passes. Yeah, if we wanted to center it, user list here. Is there a style that we can apply? Bootstrap that centers things? I think there is. So this, and what does it inspect this? Span class page. So we've got a nav class pagination. I wonder if that's it. So
what I would do, actually, just a little
Go on.
factoring to make the user count work correctly still.
Oh yeah.
To go into the controller. See where the controller is. Yeah. And like you were saying, get rid of the page and get rid of that like up front, and then just leave it like that for the first @users, like that, and then down further say @users equals @users dot, you know.
For that.
Yeah, that might work. So then we'll be getting the correct count, and then we'll be paginating it.
I mean, what's interesting though is it didn't fail.
Nothing failed, so there's no real test. So maybe you should write one.
Yeah, because yeah. So here it's saying I'll check out the R15 awesome volunteers from all over the globe. Right. Yes, and I was just searching for. Is there some like? I feel like I should be able to just pass a. Annoying when you do a search and doesn't have the appropriate thing in the page. I feel like there should be like I can just pass a bootstrap option to the Kaminari to center it. Centering a column, how do you get centered? Bootstrap. La 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 la. So we've got a nav. It's like actually, is it centered nav? HTML5. Like it. Go away. Where's the here? Like that paginate. Will that take a HTML options? Can I just go to that? Or if I just, it's simpler to do here is to do bundle open Caminari. And in here, we've got, it's paginate, def paginate, find in folder, def paginate. Paginate, there we go, the scope options block. There's two versions of Sinatra Helper's Action View extension. So this is the one that we're using. Paginate, options. So we've got those. Yeah. I guess it looks like the options are specific to Caminari, and we can't necessarily pass in things to affect the span that it ends up in, or the nav element. It's going to do this. Right, it's got an existing class pagination, so we could style the pagination to be centered.
Yeah.
So in that sense, we would go to our. We don't have a user's style sheet. We could just create a users.scss on the assumption that that would be loaded, and then we say, so what is this? It's in a class pagination. So it's like pagination. I don't think text align center is, well, actually, if we look at the, oops, ooh, don't do that. If we look at the thing itself, how big is it to exist? Like it's just sort of a fixed width thing there, isn't it?
Right. But it's inside of a larger.
It's inside there of the users list, media list row. So maybe if it has text align center, it would.
I think it's lowercase.
Yeah. And if oh, okay. So I'm doing two things at once. Not the projects controller. I want the users controller. Oh, that's interesting. That didn't work.
Didn't work.
I'll just undo it for the moment. I think that's all we need. Let's do that. See the page. No, we still have I not saved it? And it's thinking about it. Why are you thinking about it? You got some kind of error? No, you're just thinking about it. Okay. So now that doesn't seem, yeah. God, that thing's annoying there. Inspect. Okay, so we're here with pagination. Pagination. It's got display inline block, padding left. I mean, it's possible that that text align has just not been inherited. Like we have to actually, like, so if I did text align, oh God, I hate that. Enter. We added that. That doesn't do anything. I thought that that thing was saying there that if you're in.
Now, I think that's going to align it within the nav.
Right. Oh, okay, you got those things. I was just going to try this margin left auto. You think that one's not going to work?
Probably not.
You're right. Yeah, it didn't work.
Isn't there a thing? I guess.
Well, I think that yeah, it feels like these styles are only going to affect it internally. So the thing to do is to, like, it needs to go inside of like a row or something.
Right.
I want coming permission. How does? Oh, is that going to tell me something sensible? Oh, like you can actually generate the view. I don't really want to do that. I want to just bootstrap entering center. How do you get center? I was looking at this before. Class row. As of Bootstrap 2.3.0, you can simply give the div the class .textCenter. Now, presumably that's not going to work. Right, if we wanted to give it .textCenter, can we just, it's a new style rule. We can't kind of give it a, like a nested style. We can't, like, say, inherit another style in here. I mean, we can in the SCSI stuff, but
what do you want to do?
well, I was just reading here that it was saying that for Bootstrap 2.3 and above, which maybe we're not actually on, then you can just give the, we can, if we add the class .textCenter, I guess I could, like here, if I edit this and class, I give it more than one class in there. I think I probably can, like this. If I do this, yeah. So I think we're not on that level of Bootstrap.
I mean, the problem is that it's a fixed width. I think what you.
I mean, I think probably what we end up doing is put it inside a row and then give that row text align center.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So we could just slap a row thing around it. And then that needs to have a style the text center, the text align center, like that.
I think it's class, right? Style.
Well, I think if we had defined a class that had this, we could do it that way. I was just kind of, so we've got our, I think we probably have to define the row, like the row will have to have a width of stuff.
So if you float over top of the row, down.
So I'm just seeing that I think we've actually got, the thing here is we've got our, maybe it needs to be, we've got, and I've done it with row, and it's, I think we're already inside a row here. And then we're actually inside a column set. And then we've got these list items that are in things that are creating the, I think that what we want is actually for, I think we're not even using those row things, because it's the older Bootstrap. I think what we want is that we need to jump up a level. Wait a second, no, that's projects. And we need to be in the index. And so we've got this user list here. So we've got a row there. So what we would do here is actually put that inside
a div.
And I guess we don't, yeah, it needs to be a new row, doesn't it? Rather than inside the row in which the elements are on. And so this is class equals row, like so. And then possibly even within the, this then has to exist within a div class equals, and then we've got column small 12, I guess. But just to put it inside a div like that. And then if this has that style, yeah, now that's in the middle.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I mean, we're kind of not supposed to
do
that thing with styles, are we? We've got an example for this very popular answer. Span 12. I mean, I did just define a class. I don't know if it's getting pulled in. I don't know if that's better practice or if it will work. That does seem to work. So what do you think about that there?
Style there.
Yeah, maybe it's not working. Yeah, I have a feeling that user's style is not being pulled in. I'm sort of surprised. You'd sort of think that this, a style sheet for the controller would automatically be pulled in. We've got one there for charges. Does that have to be pulled in explicitly? No, I think that was just generated by the... We've got one for pages. So does the pages, like... Did
you see that amusing link that someone put in about Donald Trump's donation page?
Oh, that somebody could hack, that there was kind of like a hacking thing that you could do with that or something?
Well, they were pulling, Donald Trump was pulling some jQuery, his website, donations, like your donation page, pulling a jQuery plugin directly off a GitHub Pages repo.
Oh, right.
And like, it was possible, basically, to submit a pull request against GitHub Pages branch.
Oh, yeah.
And inject whatever code you want into his live site because it wasn't vendored or anything.
Cool. Yes, and I didn't read in detail. I saw.
They showed a way to to using jQuery to like just load it, check and see, oh, I'm on the Donald Trump's donation URL page, and then load a background image of Trump kissing Putin.
Technology. Yes. Well, I think that the laughter and excitement of that story has allowed me to bring this issue that I'm laboring over. Basically, I think there is actually a class called text-center that we can use here, which now puts the pagination in that place. So that's good. But that was, what's the word? An aesthetic change. You had identified a more serious problem with the number of users being. One other way to do it is we could say, check out these 15 awesome volunteers from all over the globe, which would just say like, well, here's these 15, you know, of what have you. But I guess that's not. I mean, is that? I don't know. I guess should I create a test that makes that fail?
Oh yeah.
So here we've got, given there are an extra 15 users and I'm on the members page, then I should see 15 user avatars with the main content. I'm just going to change that to when, and I should see check out our 20 awesome volunteers from all over the globe. Oh, that's weird.
Really?
I wonder if that's because if I ended up with like something's not saved and I've got the pagination in there twice, user list. No, that's clear. Oh, hey, Joseph. How's it going?
Hello.
All right, Joseph, how you doing? Oh, okay, so we haven't got that text. Okay, so that's failing in the way that we expect, but I'm a little concerned about the test itself is kind of not passing. Joseph, if you're trying to speak to us, we can't hear you. I hope you're well. Michael and I are here working away on paginating the user page for website 1, try and improve performance on the site. So click on page 2 of users.
It's gonna fail.
It's going to fail, isn't it? Why is that? And it says it should see 5, but it's found 15 matches.
Well, if you go back to the controller, did you revert it correctly, or you tried to make some changes, right?
Yeah, but I think it's still doing like user pages, params page. I mean, that one at the moment, well, let's see, what have we got different in there? Yeah, it's got the change that I added params page.
Right, so that's not different.
Is there some problem with having moved this thing outside of users list?
Maybe.
In that it's now...
Maybe it's not in the main content anymore. I don't know.
Huh. I'm tempted to just take that and see. I mean, it's probably not ideal, but let's stick that back in here and run that and look at what it looks like here. That still nominally works here.
Huh.
Yeah, and that passes. So
Must be with the main content.
well, okay, yeah, the main content is maybe anyway. But since that it works in both cases. I'm tempted to leave it like that, and then I can go back to here and save that. That should fail, and I'll push that back to you because that. Like CSS seems to end up taking proportionally far more time than it should. I think this just reflects how I'm not such a CSS guru. Yeah, so that's now going to fail for that one. Yep, okay. So git status. So this is git commit -am adds pagination to view and creates new failing test of user count. Git push origin 5. Okay, that's up to you.
Right, I'm testing that.
Cool.
So if I move this to the back, does that still work?
Good question. What was interesting, when I tried it, what it seemed to be complaining about was it seemed to be happy for the page to be called on the result, but then it didn't like the per being called on it.
Oh. It doesn't like that. It doesn't like it on the back, but maybe it needs that.
Sure.
Nope.
So, but you're getting failures there.
Undefined method per.
If you go, okay. I guess the question is there another method in Caminari to like take that result set and get the
There's a general configuration method where paginate per 50, so we can just maybe put that in the model.
Oh, okay, as an alternative to the per thing.
Like if I just put this, so now it's 15, right?
Oh, well, I think that the
Go on.
Well, I'm just looking at a Stack Overflow. Do try that. I was just doing some searches in the background for, given you're doing Caminari pagination, how do you get the total count? And there's like a dot total count method, which is basically gives the count even after the pagination.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think total count. It's a method added by Caminari.
Okay. Well, maybe that's better.
But that you'll want the change you made there, is that passing now?
That's passing.
But so I think that what you could do there, right, the other things, you could just replace that count with like total count, and then that will be done.
Yeah. Nope. Total underscore count.
Yeah, that's what this. It's saying that the method doesn't exist.
Does undefined totally failing.
Well, that was this Stack Overflow post saying that that's what it should be. Why is that not? This was Ruby on Rails 3.1, so maybe they changed the name. Caminari total count. I mean, it seems like a standard. Yeah, it says we're supposed to be able to use that. I'm looking at Caminari here. Let's search this repository for the total count method. There is supposed to be a, describe total count. Huh. Is it maybe that we need the per operation back in there in order for the total count to work? Like you see there, it's being used. It's called a.page1.per20.total count.
Yeah, maybe.
That looks promising.
It's fiddly. Yeah, that worked.
Okay.
So
Then I guess we're kind of done then.
yeah, potentially. Just run
Yeah.
everything in the background.
Yeah. So Joseph was just asking what we're what we were just working on there. So what we're working on there, Joseph, was so we've put the pagination in so you can page through the users, but the number of users, which of course we then refer to as volunteers, talk about our domain language being all over the place. It was saying like there's only 15 of them when the total count is actually much larger. So we were just adjusting that so that even with the pagination, it will show us like the total number of volunteers, members, what have you. Yeah, but so having done that and assuming that that works, did you push that up, Michael?
Not yet. I mean, I'm
Oh, sorry.
running the test. So.
Are you running the test? Are you running the full BEC?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but anyway, so assuming that all works, I think we are done with the first pass on this story, because basically the problem is that currently on the main website, that the users page, it loads all of our 2,600
and it can time out.
users.
Oh.
Did you get a timeout?
I've gotten it in the past when I guess a lot of people are using it.
Yeah.
And then sometimes be like out of memory and all that stuff.
Yeah. No, we see a lot of out of memory things in the logs. I mean, the key thing is that the page takes a long time to load, and particularly now that we've added our exciting karma scores to the volunteer directory there, we'd like people to be able to enjoy their karma counts and so on. I think we want to continue like improving the user experience. So hopefully this should. I mean, I've got a copy of the production database locally. If once Michael's pushed that code up to me, I can check the load time. I presume it's well, actually, even actually before Michael's pushed that code up to me, this is me running locally with
Production.
Production data. So we've got like a full thing, and the page load is much faster, fairly obviously there. So that should be an improvement in performance. And
once this is done, I'll commit and then push it. Request.
Yep. So we should be able to go straight into pull request, and we can ask Raul to have a review. Just in the background, we're having a discussion. So there's one issue that came up over the break that Fred raised, that he was being listed in the directory as being based in the U.S. Now, I guess the interesting question here is, is this pagination going to break our automated filtering? Well, we've got this like filtering thing here, which I think works by JavaScript to filter like what's in the page. That's annoying. Like here, if I do this, right, it actually dynamically filters in the page.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was going to point. So Fred was previously being registered as being in the US, and he's not. He's based in China, and there's an interesting thing here of like I've been looking into so Joao here. Actually, so now it does say that he's in the United States. Interesting. He thinks he's in Sweden, but hold on. Wow. You are currently listed as US based, actually. Okay, so I have a feeling that was something that Thomas was referring to, like when he'd obviously like thrown in the will paginate thing, or some version of it, but it breaks. So this live filtering thing is based on having everybody visible in the page in order to automatically filter them without a reload.
But
the rest of your system is green, is it?
Yes. So it's not being tested properly?
Presumably. You not have mention of that? Or, well, it may be being tested, but with like an insufficient number of users. So if we have a look at so there's the filtering operation is being tested So filtering trough users by typing first name in fields. So this works when, so but all of these tests are based on only having 5 users.
So I guess the question is, what would we want it to do?
Well, I mean, what we've got there is we've got explicitly we've got a user filtering mechanism in order to find particular users. We've got kind of we've got a site-wide. Oops, and that goes over here. We've got a site-wide thing that uses Google. I guess I'm just looking at that to say, do we have other functionality that makes it? See, that takes us like right. So we can detect that there is a user Fred, but now with this, I mean, I guess sensibly what this would do, if one wanted to find a particular user by their name, is rather than filtering the current page in place, is it would cause the page to reload though that set of users rather than doing it dynamically with JavaScript.
Right.
In the short term, it might be simpler to just remove this functionality.
Yeah.
I guess it depends how it's implemented. Did you push that latest code over to me?
You want to take a look at removing it versus?
Yeah, let's have a look at how it's structured in there. I just wanted to see. Let's just go here. And so this is now, it's talking about our large number of awesome volunteers, but we're seeing the 15. So this functionality, that's the filtering thing, will be in the user list itself. We're not worried about projects, users index.
I mean, is that Ollie searching on the name, basically? Or?
I think it's searching across the whole profile. So if I do like United there, it'll find everybody who's,
So it's searching everything.
It's basically searching everything for the whole user. So there's some. So we've got filter users by, and there's basically a form tag users path remote is true method get. So that's filter users by. So this one.
A filter, yeah. That's the filter by the project.
Right. I'm just wondering if that's also.
That's working. That should be working because that's in the controller.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see the filter method? I think that's what it is. On line 12 of the index.
Yeah, and this one actually, yeah, it doesn't do anything until you actually click.
Correct.
Yeah. So that's this form tag, and then we've got this form. Okay, so we've got this search there, search members. So we've got another form there, and presumably that's relying upon some kind of JavaScript for users. So we've got like a user filter here. User filter skills on key down, key up. Is that actually the same thing? Label for user filter. This is filter users advanced. User filter is the ID. So basically here, yeah, okay, so that's getting the search string, and that's like it's hiding the users there.
So users.filter. And how is it doing the filter itself?
Well, it's basically getting the search string, and then it's like, so I think it's like the contents of the page, and so then it's looking through and it's saying, okay, give me all the list elements on this page. If you find, return to me a list of those list elements that are, and basically hide everybody else. So I mean, it's kind of, I mean, in some ways the it might, if we go with this mechanism, I mean, this current JavaScript-based filtering is predicated on the its current structure is predicated on the idea that every user will be displayed, which we know is not practical, right?
Right.
So we would have to say that this either needs to become an AJAX operation, or it gets moved up into this thing, and when you click search, you can include a keyword that you specify.
Right.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I note that, for example, there are others, like Code Wars is my inspiration for the Karma thing, is that they provide kind of a leaderboard of their top 100, but they don't provide a mechanism for like searching for arbitrary users, as far as I can tell. Like you can see the top. Oh, is it 200? Oh, actually, have they gone to Infinite Scroll? No, the top 500. You can see. Oh, they didn't used to have the top 500. That's interesting. Yeah, so you can see the top 500 and sort of search within that page. Mm-hmm. But you can't. I don't think you can search for a particular user. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting question there about.
Well, you would disable it for now and comment out the tests.
Yeah, that seems like the way to go, doesn't it? So we could basically.
Could open a ticket.
Yeah, I mean, or we can question, is that a functionality that anybody actually uses? And so it's basically, it's this thing here, isn't it?
I think so.
So if we take that out, and so the filtering by project development, time zone, and so on should all work. But so this is the one that we would expect to see fail. So what's that? That's line 47. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so that fails in the way that we expect. And if we just take out that scenario, so and we can also have a little look at what it looks like. We don't need that anymore. Here, this is our local one. So we'll just remove that. There we go.
Looks okay.
Yeah. And that passes git status, and then so git commit -am, say removes JS filtering of users for the moment, since does not play well with pagination. And it wouldn't play well with infinite scroll either.
I really know.
Has to be.
It would definitely have to be like we were saying.
like an Ajax thing or pulled into the other one, wouldn't it? Yeah. So that's pushed up. I'll run DEA there. There may be some like view specs that will now fail and other stuff, but you could pull that down and run it locally. But barring other failures, I guess that's ready to be deployed.
I just opened the pull request part.
Okay, cool. I'm getting, yeah, I think there's
Raul's still around, or
yeah, he's around. He's working away on Craft Academy. I've just been chatting with him and Brian and Joao in the Website One channel, just looking at this issue related to geocoding. Yeah, I mean, we'll see if, I mean, he's also trying to start Craft Academy South Africa. So we'll see how involved he's going to be. I might just ask him there.
got failures.
Yeah, so that's like a view spec. Undefined method total pages for the view spec. Yeah, see, here I am way tempted to just delete this view spec. That's not the view spec, but anyway. So we have views, we have their users, where's the specs? We have the specs, spec, view specs, users. So we have the index page thing there. So it kind of, it would have to be stubbed differently, and I'm just I mean, we've got all sorts of little things there, like do not display green dot for offline users. I guess if I'm deleting it sensibly, we should be checking all of these individual functions should have, what are they called? That they should have acceptance associated with them. I guess, what is this that's failed? They're all in the index phase 53, 46. I guess these are all failing across the board because the method total pages is not available in that array.
Why don't you just create one?
Yeah, that's funny here. It's saying like it's saying assign projects. Okay, projects. Inline thing. Let's take an individual test. It's 53, for example. Where it's 53, it renders the user's name as you expect. It's doing the rendering. So it's at the top level, and before each user's factory girl build a list. Okay, so this. What's weird there is like, why is that assigned projects? I guess you would have thought that would be like the projects is nothing. Users exists. I guess it's like this users. I mean, we could say basically allow users to receive total count, and we don't care. And that still fails. Total pages. So I mean, there's going to be. Is it actually the users? I mean, I guess the user that's being returned is an array. And so there's going to be a series of, as it basically tries to build the...
Wow. Oh, because of the pagination, right?
Yeah, basically, yeah. I wonder if there is a Kaminari pagination mock. Ah, Kaminari RSpec. Oh, God.
That's really old.
Hmm. Limit value. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. And
I guess
greater.
this died when view specs died
Yeah.
2 years ago.
And so here it's kind of like saying undefined. I guess the simpler thing here be to do allow whatever is the top level thing to receive the thing paginate. Like can we do like the render operation? What is that paginate being called against? Can we like in a view? It's like a view spec stub out method on view or something.
I think it's a view. I think it's view.stub, right?
You think we can do or just like allow view like this?
Allow view to receive paginate.
Pagination.
And then just get rid of all that other stuff.
Yeah.
And that might work, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. It's all about stubbing the model.
If now, they work.
No. It's still saying undefined method total pages. I assume it's paginate users is requiring it to call that on there. Is it stub function, mocking stubbing application helper method in a view spec? Oh, someone else has got here that they've got like allow view to receive what have you. You should use view for the stub. Stub no longer works.
Uh-huh.
So the allow view to receive. Well, that have I just spelled it wrong or something? What does it say? It's paginate, not pagination. Okay, that passed. Okay.
You feel like you got a banana?
Not yet. Okay, right. So this is then the user filter, and we have removed that. So that's 41.
Exit that out.
Okay.
X in front of the it, but doesn't really matter.
Oh, okay.
I think that's syntax, right? Or does that make it pending? Or
It makes it. I think it will. We could be doing that. I mean, it's. I mean, I could, explicitly delete all of those things. Maybe I should sensibly be adding a comment to each of these, which is to say that following no longer works with pagination. Need to remove entirely or rework. And so that we've got the feature as well. Interesting question there about, what's the, like, my inclination is to want to do it with the comments there so that, if we come back to this in the relatively near future, it's kind of there and we could just start playing with it. I want to sort of set a timer for it to automatically delete it after a year or something. I guess at least if it's in those two places. We've also got here, we could be putting that in there and then doing this. Like so, git status, git commit minus am.
Adding for free to your music library from Prime.
For fun. Removes RSpec test for JS filtering of users and adds comments about removal. Git push origin 1225. Okay. All right. So, did you open the pull request already, didn't you, Michael?
Yeah, so you should just push straight onto that branch.
Yeah. So I pushed onto that. I'll run the full test thing. Chin, 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 chin. Something. What is beeping at me now? Beeping at me. Okay. So, well, we got a little something done today, I think. Yep, it's got the please check and ready on it already. CodeClimate found one new issue. What does CodeClimate think? It thinks that the index method is complex.
It doesn't like it.
No, I don't care so much. I guess I was going to say, well, I think we have a pagination for users PR that should speed up loading on the site and reduce the memory load on the back end. And it is in the process of the build is pending on Semaphore. Okay. Okay. Well, I think that might be time to call it a day. I've got, like, I guess a few admin bits and pieces to do.
Stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I think I've got a few admin bits and pieces to do. I think it's like in 20 minutes I'd be running the I'll run the afternoon scrum. And then I've got to take my son off to soccer academy straight away.
For some reason.
Is it?
Oh, CodeClimate, not.
Yeah, it's not the.
Not the Semaphore yet.
No. We'll get a notification in there. But I think that about covers it. Like, well, anyway, that's a step in the right direction. I mean, there's a variety of other little bits and pieces. I mean, while we were working on that, I was just reviewing the. Well, we pretty much followed the. Oh, we need. There's the pull request has the fixes thing in it already. Does it? Yeah, fixes 1 to 5. Yeah. The. I'm gonna just. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I was just sort of browsing back through the issues there. I mean, there's various bits and pieces. I think particularly I would like to set up like a thing that was regularly resaving people's profiles to ensure their geocoding and karma are up to date.
Right.
But yeah, I guess on Friday, I'm just asking Raul if he's free on the usual time, but we'll do a meeting and try and do a review of the board and look at what tickets are. This is a very small number. This is 13 of 157. Why am I only seeing 13? Do I have to? How do I see the other 157? Huh. Anyway, and look through those bits and pieces. I think the main thing going forward will be to see if we can hook Project Scope up as a microservice and start pulling our project data from there as opposed to having it locally.
Right.
Which is about trying to kill several birds with one stone. Yeah, cool. So what is this, Wednesday today? Are you around tomorrow, Michael?
Yes.
Yeah. I've got a tentative thing with Federico to maybe do some Elixir on Phoenix tomorrow.
Okay.
So we'll see. I think from the... Sorry.
It's only for an hour, right? You said.
Oh, hello, Steve. Give me a second. Yeah. Anyway, I think Go on, second.
Like he's only has like an hour for that, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. So we'll knock about with Elixir for an hour, and then we can do some other stuff, like maybe even get into microservices. Cool. All right.
All right.
Good stuff. Thanks. Good to see you again, Joseph. Bye for the moment. Maybe see some of you in the Scrum. Bye for now.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye, Joseph.